Welcome to an introduction to Teams tab integration in AtBot. In this video, I'll show you how to set up a bot within Teams to have a custom tab to display larger sets of data. This is a new feature of AtBot which is supported in custom enterprise bots only. The first step in order to take advantage of the new tab integration is to configure a storage account connection in the AtBot admin portal. We'll go ahead and log in. Expand tenant management, click on logging and settings. It's this section here, the blob storage account, that supports the storing of the tab content for your bots. So over in Azure, you can either create a new storage account or use an existing one. You will need to create a blob container and note the name of your blob container. And then go over to access keys, copy your connection string, and then go into the blob storage account, paste your connection string and your blob storage container name in here, and click update settings. Once you've done this, your bots are ready to integrate with tabs inside Teams. The next step is to open up your bot. And this is for enterprise bots only because those are the ones that can load into Teams. And the only thing we need to do is make a quick change to this so that it recreates the Teams package. Save the bot. And then we can download the Teams bot package. And then this bot package now includes a tab. You can then follow the same steps that you would to upload that package to the Teams App Store. So clicking on Apps in Teams, going to Upload a Custom App, and Upload for my organization. Select the zip file, and it'll add it to your organization in the store. Once there, you'll see under the Add for You, we have both a bot and a tab. And then also in Add for a Team, we have bot and a tab. These behave slightly differently. So for a user, the tab is automatically there and it's named cards. When you're in a team channel, you have to add the tab from the Add Tab menu in order for it to be allowed to be used by the bot in that channel. After you add the tab to the channel, you can rename it. And it'll still work with your bot. For this video, we're going to stick with private chat and our Ask IT bot. So let me show you a quick implementation of how tabs work with my bot. So I have a skill called incidents that will list network and security incidents for me. And before we had tab integration, these incidents would come back in a carousel and I could click through them. But now that we can integrate with a tab, our bot provides a link to open those incidents up. It's a deep link into the tab. So clicking on that, you'll see it opens up and it's showing us a collection of adaptive cards. A couple neat features is I can search through these adaptive cards. So I can see where there might be squirrels, or things that have to do with my servers. And then another really cool feature that we have is these buttons are live like any other button that we have in AtBot that can talk back to our flows. So if I click Assign Incident, you'll see what happens is now the bot's talking back to me. He's saying, you want to assign this incident. Who should I assign it to? We'll go ahead and assign it to Lisa. And it says it was assigned to Lisa. Now what's really cool about this, if I go back to that card, And this is another interesting piece, is we have a kind of a splash page. So if you don't use a deep link into the tab, we're going to show you the last 24 card sets that were created and put into the tab. But you can see here, this is the card set that we were looking at that has to do with incidents. If I click on that, you'll see that this item here was updated. So that's another really cool feature that we have. It's powered by a flow action, which is the ability to update an adaptive card within a card set inside of a tab. So let's take a look and see how all this works. This is the flow for listing incidents in a tab. If I edit that, you'll see I'm just getting items from SharePoint. Then I loop through all the items in SharePoint and I do a generate adaptive card. If we take a look in the AtBot admin portal, we can find the adaptive card templates that we're using for that. So here's the adaptive card template for displaying an incident that needs to be assigned. And you can see I'm taking the values from SharePoint and putting them in there, like title, description, date, who it's assigned to. And then this custom JSON value, which is put into the submit action, which then AtBot can use to kick off a new keyword-based skill and have some context. In this case, the context is this item ID. We then take this generated adaptive card, we add it to an array, and then we do a send adaptive card set. Here you can see that normally it would be sent to a carousel in Teams, but one of the big limitations in Teams is that a carousel can only have 10 items. You probably wouldn't want more than 10 items in a carousel anyway, but that is a limitation. And if we expand advanced options here, you'll see we now have 3 new properties. One is show in tab. If we select yes, then we're going to take the cards and put them into a tab and then provide a button to the user to click on. What is the label of the button? So view incidents. And then what is the message we should show the user when we give them that button? So then this is the flow that displays the incidents inside of a tab. And each incident has a button that will allow them to assign that incident to a user. The assignment flow or assignment skill is defined separately here. So you'll see the keyword assign incident is here. We do a parse JSON on the adaptive card data. That's the JSON object that contains the scope, or the JSON object that we supplied to the submit button. We then get the SharePoint item based on that item ID that was sent in. We then tell the user that they selected this item to assign, and then ask them who we would like to assign it to with a standard AtBot get people response. We then select the person that they selected. People come in a collection, so doing a loop in that collection is one of the easiest ways to get the person out. We then update the SharePoint item with the new assignee. Then we do a generate adaptive card with our a different adaptive card template, the incident assigned. So the difference there, this is the incident display that has the assign incident button. Incident assigned has no button, and it's been assigned to a user. Then we do, this is a brand new flow action called update adaptive card set to tab, where we send it the adaptive card, the new adaptive card to use, and just the reply activity. So because this flow was kicked off under the context of a button that was clicked in a tab, that reply activity has all the information it needs to update that one card inside of that card set inside of the tab. So that's all you have to do, is just this update adaptive card set to a tab with the reply activity and the adaptive card to update it to. And then we just send the user, hey, it's been assigned, you're good to go. So just to see that one more time, if I go back to my conversation, I type incidents. It does that first flow that we looked at, where it goes to SharePoint and gets the incidents, creates a collection of incident objects, or incident adaptive cards, and sends that to the tab, and provides a deep link to the tab. We can then click on an assign incident button, which will then kick off the other flow with the context of that particular card. And I'll go ahead and assign this one to Mick. And then that second flow will update the adaptive card in that card set and then just reply back to me. Now, one important thing to note, if we take a look at our card sets, you're going to see that there are two because we did this twice, right? So this one is going to have that one updated that we updated. If we go back to our card sets and look at this one didn't change that one at all. These are not live. These are snapshots in time. And when you click on a button in an adaptive card set inside of a tab, you're acting on that particular adaptive card in that particular snapshot in time. One final thing to keep in mind is that all of the data that we're showing you here in these tabs is stored in your blob storage account. So from a privacy perspective, AtBot is not storing any of this data. It is all still on your tenant. I hope this provided you with a good overview of how AtBot integrates with Teams tabs, and we think there are some really cool use cases out there where this integration will be very valuable. Thanks for watching.